يعطيكم العافية، أهلا وسهلا فيكم بحلقة جديدة من البودكاست. نحن اليوم ضيفتنا آية جمال الدين، لاعبة منتخب لبنان للسيدات، وصارت تقريبا فينا نقول كابتن للمنتخب. بدنا نحكي اليوم عن المنتخب ككل، السنة الطويلة اللي عنده إياها، ككتير مباريات، وكيف فيدباك على كامب أرمينيا. هاي آية.
Hi, Maroon. Hi, Rami. How are you? I first want to say
Hi,
thank you
Aya.
for having me part of this. Yes, so concerning the camp in Armenia, Hala, to be honest, I know the scores don't show this influence that we had, but it was honestly, يعني أول مرة بحياتي هالقد. It was such a great experience. This is probably one of the best experiences I had with the national team. نحن كفريق، نحن كبنات، كstaff, it was great. And it gave us a lot to learn, a lot to strive for, a lot of things to understand, to do, to work harder. Mistakes were made, but a lot of things were, like I said, we learned a lot during this camp, and it was a great camp in general, to be honest. So no, it was a great experience. It was probably one of my best experiences.
إذا بدنا نحكي ستريت فورد بقلب الكامب،
Yeah.
هلا أنتوا قبل ما تسافروا ما
Yes.
كان عندكم كتير وقت تتدربوا من وراء
That
اللوك داون
is
بروسيجرز بالبلد وهيك. قديش
that
هذا الشيء
that's
ممكن يكون
correct.
أثر على النتائج؟
Definitely. So نحن already صرنا سنتين مش عم نتمرن مع بعضنا. And then came the lockdown and then every situation that possibly happened in the country itself. Obviously this was a major effect because not only were the girls not training with the national team for 2 years, but كمان عملت a huge halt at their clubs. So obviously the chemistry went down a bit. Obviously the communication went down a bit, and just working as a team went down a bit. And I guess نحن كindividuals كمان our level went down a bit because of everything that happened. But the amazing thing is that even with this happening, the girls were always determined. Yani, you see each girl having a personal trainer, of course, but obviously it's not the same as actually training al malab, which was the most necessary thing needed. So yeah, that was a major impact علينا, to be honest.
You mentioned هلا إنه في كتير لعيبة عندهم personal trainers. هذا الشيء عم نحكي بس national team players ولا تقريبا all the players اللي بتعرفيهم؟
With massive respect to the girls, most players, they're putting so much effort into becoming better. So I'm going to say most players, national team players, every girl is training so hard to become better. And this is truly just because of passion. And we're not playing for any sort of financial financial help or anything of the sort. We're playing because yeah, and this is something that intrigues me about the girls is because they just truly love the game and they truly want to do better. Whether it's playing for their club, whether it's playing for the national team, they're always striving to do better. They have no problem driving. You have girls coming from every direction of Lebanon, actually driving approximately up to 2 to 3 hours just to be on training on time. The amount of effort they put in is unbelievable. Yeah, and this is for each girl. And Heide would being part of the seniors, and since we have a lot of youngsters as well, this is while handling their schoolwork, this is while handling work in general or the university. So they're trying to make sure that they work everything in order to make themselves better, which is amazing, to be truthful.
100%. يعني كنا عم شفنا مثلا بالكامب تبع أرمينيا الافريج ايج بالناشونال تيم كان تقريبا below 20 إذا ماني مغلط.
Correct. Correct.
سو ممكن يعني بنفس الوقت كنت بتلعبوا ضد مثلا ضد أرمينيا، ضد جوردن which is one of the best in the region. Albania who had very good results before when they played Belgium and France before coming to Armenia. So قديش أولك هذا الايدج جروب اللي موجود فيه المنتخب هلا ممكن يكون good sign للفيوتشر؟
It's a great sign. Obviously, they're getting experience. They're seeing the high level that's being played, especially هلا recently لعبنا ضد European teams. So firstly, they're gaining the experience, a great experience to be truthful, and they're the future of Lebanon. مخنا كتير نضيف. They're so calm, they're so collected, they're so mature for their age. And I don't know what the seniors would do without them. To be frank, they played great matches. We relied on them a lot, and I'm glad we did so because if we really want to talk truthfully, I don't want to say that our time is up for the older ones of the team. We still have a lot of potential. But if we're going to be extremely honest, يعني, the people that we really want to focus on is them. If we're trying to build a better generation, it's going to be for them. If there's anyone that's going to make an impact for the football in women, it's them. So for them to be gaining this kind of experience that they have been gaining, it's great. It's great. It's going to push. It's going to keep pushing and making the team better.
In your opinion قديش بيفيد إنه مثلا وجود عناصر مثلك يعني your age مثلا أنت يارا أكبر شوي لارا رنا حتى نانسي وأنكم كنتوا كجروب مثلا بالناشونال تيم obviously كنتوا أصلا قبل جروب يعني مش جروب بس كلكم تعرفوا بعض before being called up this time قديش أثر على إنكم مثلا ينقل knowledge عن قصد أو بلا قصد منكم لهدول البنات مثلا تقدر مثل ما كنت عم تقولي هلا من شوي إنه مخهم نظيف للبنات.
Okay, the thing is, I have a feeling, or let's talk about it statistically wise, I have a feeling that the under 19 have actually played more international games than the seniors. So there's actually a place in that situation where they were also teaching us things. But how were we helping them out is that they looked at us as, most of them, they looked at us as big sisters whenever they needed anything. So the more emotional part was relied on us, being leaders to them. But obviously, like I said, for experience wise, it was great for them. But to a certain extent, they also helped us out because of the amount of games that they were playing as well, especially that they reached the second round of qualifications. So it was actually a balance between them helping us out and us helping them out in a kind of a way.
هاي آية، عندي سؤال شوي هيك ديركت. بعض الجمهور اللي ما بيتابع الكرة النسائية بيشوف النتائج وبيتمسخر على اللي كتبوا مارون بالكابشن تبعنا مثلا انه ما علي عم بيتعلموا. بيصير الجمهور يسألنا شو تعلموا؟ شو بتتعلم من الخسارة؟ لعبوا 3 متوشة خسروهم، شو استفادوا؟ شو استفادوا؟
First of all, I know this might be cliche, but obviously you either win or you learn, which was a very, very true statement. Just viewing the amount, the high level that was played in women's football, the passes that were occurring, that's one major thing. Okay, no, these girls are experienced. They play proper football. We need to push ourselves more. It just shows us that we need to work harder. Obviously, we need to practice a lot more. And this is from all angles, yani, from the point of eating healthy, sleeping better. So I know these are entering more of a general situation, but all the small details really help us because we saw how they were working, to be honest. And although the Netej didn't show this, for example, the game against Lithuania, we did actually very well second half. And for those that want to make fun of us, honestly, that's very unfortunate because they have to understand that we're representing their country and this is a time where we should be together as one. Whether it's the men, whether it's the females, where we have Lebanon written on the back of our clothes. So أكيد نتمنى إنه for more encouragement, but like I said, it just showed us how much harder we have to work. And this can also mean with the time limit that we had for training, because, for example, the Armenians started training for this friendly tournament a year before. Lithuania also, Jordan also 3 months before. So it just shows that we need to take things in a more professional way. And we're able to because we have a great pool of talent in our team. We have girls that are now pushing to travel outside of Lebanon and play outside. We have, and this is something that's becoming a trend now. We have Joy that represented us outside trying for university. We have Pilar, who was a true leader as the first week that she came, coming from France. We have Lily, hopefully going to Denmark. So it shows that the girls want to do something. They really want to do something, and we're able to. We just need that small push, and that's what really showed us.
جبتي سيرة بيلار قديش وجود شخص مثل بيلار بالليفل تبعها اللي بتلعبه اللي هي بتلعب second division بفرنسا حتى لاعبين قبل first division قديش ممكن يأثر على مثلا انتو كلاعبة منتخب the best in the country وجودها بالمنتخب شو ممكن يعطيكم إضافة؟
Look, I don't think one person makes a team, okay? But Pilar's effect was massive بأي طريقة. يعني she didn't just come in with the skills that she had. She came in with this massive mentality that, listen, we're gonna do well, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this because we need to do this. Okay, she came in, يعني مش إنه she was shy the first week that she entered. No, she came in, she was like, guys, we can do this. She knows how to communicate, the mentality that she had, that sports psychology mentality that we all need. She had it. She came in as a true leader, and this is something that we also need to focus on. And one of the slightest things that we learned while being in Armenia, and something that she told us, is that we need to start communicating more in the field. And we need to scream, something that we usually don't do. It's not within us, and something that's very extremely necessary, whether it's to push your opponents off, whether it's just for better communication. So she came in with this great mentality, pushing us forward. So I'm not just going to say that her skills were amazing. They were. She has amazing vision. She's strong. She's fast. So obviously that could have been a great use, since a lot of the girls got tired during the three intense games that we had. But it was also about the mentality and leadership that she had, the communication skills that she had. So yes, this is the kind of thing that we need in the منتخب for sure.
تكتيكيا شفتوا فرق كبير بينكم وبيناتهم او لا؟ وانت كآية كبلاير هون بالملعب شو استفدت مثلا ضد ليتوانيا؟ انت فتي يعني اواخر دقايق اول شوط وعملتي شوط ثاني كتير كتير منيح.
I think something that would help us, because these girls have been preparing for such a long time and they're in continuous preparation and mission that they stop. I feel like as though if our physical fitness was higher, كان فينا نطبق أكتر. There was also a point that due to stress, and I would admit that I was the first person since the Armenia and Jordan I didn't play as well. I think due to stress that also affected the girls. But I do believe though our fitness was as high and we had that rotation, the pool of talent that we needed, which we need to expand ضروري. We could have easily button at the same level of tactics. Obviously, the other girls are more experienced. They played more games on a more professional level. So yes, they might possibly do it better, but does that stop us from doing better? Definitely not. Definitely not. I do believe though we had a longer time to practice and really understand each other and what the coach wants and needs through every game situation or through every team. I definitely think we could have easily button the tactics that we needed. But unfortunately, our fitness didn't allow us to. And for Game Lithuania, on a personal level, yes, I am happy that I played well during that game. It was more because I entered on a personal level with a more easy mindset, with a more calm mindset. And I believe that if we all entered in this way, we could have all done better as well.
صار شيء I think بماتش أرمينيا
Correct.
special لك you wore the armband for the first time in your life مع المنتخب.
Yes, correct. I wore it when I entered Lithuania. Correct.
Lithuania. How can you describe this feeling?
Yeah, so that was a great feeling to be honest. Funny story. I actually had to take off the armband a couple of times, and كنت عم ضلها توقع. But no, truth be told, it was a great feeling. So that was the first time I kind of even though I was kind of a fourth captain, but because of the rotation but I was a captain during that game. It was great. You really feel like you're representing your country, and you're a leader to the girls. I'm like, okay, you have to step up now. خلاص, you have the armband on your hand. You need to do this. And no, it was and it's not just about the armband, but for coaches or your teammates to allow you to wear that armband, it's like, okay, you're a leader now, and especially since during that game we had a lot of youngsters play, so it's like you really need to step up. And yeah, it was a proud moment for me, to be honest.
آية بعد ما تخلصي الكارير كبلاير حابة تشتغلي مع الاتحاد أو مع شي نادي؟ وكمان عندي سؤال تاني، كيف فينا مش أنا يعني بس كيف أنتوا فيكم تحسنوا اللعبة؟
When I first entered university, I always wanted to do sports management. But during that phase of my life, I always just I want to stay away from this as much as possible. I just want to go to training, have fun, do the game that I love, represent my team, something that's an honor to me, especially the national team, and walk away. But I realized every time that I'm part of the national team, especially with the one in Armenia. I'm شوف الصغار كيف how they're communicating with us, how they're playing, قد إيه مخنا نضيف, قد إيه they have potential. I'm kind of eager, or I'm passionate, let's say, to obviously to help out, you know. So yes, of course, one day I would love to be part of the Ittihad to try to see how I'm able to influence or bring new ideas to the table. Definitely, the determination that I've seen. I definitely do believe that we're able to do something. It needs commitment, and it needs balance. So this is one thing. Do I believe we're able to do better? Yes, but we need to broaden the girls. Yani we need to bring more girls in, and I'm positive there are girls out there that still don't know that we have a team, that we have this level, that we have the national team going outside. So if there's any way we're able to scout it, whether it's through schools, through friendly tournaments, whatever the situation is, I'm sure if we're bringing more girls, bigger rotations, and we have the older ones leading the younger ones, I am positive that we're able to do something. But there's a certain mentality that needs to be changed, and unless that happens first, then I don't believe that it's going in the right direction. No.
I have a question. كنا قبل عم نحكي عن الجنريشن، إذا بدنا نقول بقلب two generations بقلب الناشونال تيم، مثل كأنه صار في تسليم وتسلم للشعلة. You came in the national team in 2017. Pre-2017 كان في an entire different national team. هل صار نفس الشيء بينكم وبين هدول البلايرز؟ يعني أنت كشخص لعباني بس مع two players من هدوليك الناشونال تيم اللي هي سارة بكري ولارا بهلوان. قدر صار هذا في change of experience، يعني استفدتوا شوي من تجربتهم قبل، ولا إنه بتحسي مثل في disconnect بين الاثنين؟ Disconnection.
No, I definitely do believe there was a bit of disconnection, because this is a positive thing actually, because of how quickly especially in women's football, how quickly it evolved. So I do believe that the competitions that we're entering now are, especially in the senior league, are harder than they were before. And this is actually a good thing. I'm not upset about it. And this is why I told you that the younger ones can actually teach the older ones a couple of things because of the amount of games that they experienced. And this is why I think it's good for the future. But and like you said, there were only two girls that were with me in that 2017 tournament. And this is the point where each girl, when she reaches university, it becomes, because they were to stick their careers to football, it becomes more about, okay, which career path am I going to take now in order to stay safe financially? So this is why I told you that something needs to be changed in order for the girls to keep doing what they love and improving.
مظبوط. يعني هلا إذا if you look at Nancy, she's the oldest player to ever play with the national team.
Yeah.
At 29, I think. So
Yeah.
definitely هذا الشيء اللي بيخليكم بعده at like 25, 26 بعده عن فوتبول.
And yeah, it's like where life hits you. I understand why the girls are concerned, and obviously they want to have a good future, and sometimes relying on football isn't the safest way to choose, which I can agree on, to be honest. And it's great that Nancy was able to take this path, because she was really able to help us out, and she was a great leader as well.
Aya,
Yes.
شو النقطة التحويل اللي خليتك تلعبي فوتبول؟
A great thing about me, which I always mention, is that I'm very fortunate that I have, especially right now, I'm going to talk about right now, is that I have family members that have been supporting me ever since I was a child, friends that have always supported me, and currently where I'm working, they continuously support me, and whether it's my colleagues, whether it's the boss himself. So they've been great with that. But ever since I was a child, I just been in love with sports, and I used to live in Australia, so sports over there is very, very crucial. And I was a tomboy, so I used to love it. And there was once I went to the field with a couple of friends, and a team saw me. So بلشت ألعب soccer at I think I was 6 or 7, and the first thing I did was I tackled a boy, and they're like, okay, she's part of the team. And yeah, so it kind of went with me until I came here.
وبعدين جيتي بلشتي فوتسال، بعدين انتقلتي على الفوتبول.
No, I started actually with SAS بالأكاديمي تبعهم. football, and then I went to Akha, then SAS, and now I'm with Safa. So it kept going. Yani. Back when I started, it wasn't like this. There were maybe 5 teams. The level was a lot lower. So like I said, it has evolved, but we can do much better.
آية عندك نيك نيم؟
Yes, AJ.
What can we expect from the national team بالupcoming tournaments اللي جايين هلا بهالسنة؟
Okay, so what I know is we're going to be starting training as soon as possible. So I'm positive if we can train correctly and we have the right mindset, and I'm hoping that we are able to grab a couple of international Lebanese players to help us. I think that would be a great incentive for the girls. Always it's going to be like, okay, we have international players, we need to work harder for our position now. Second of all, it'll be a better rotation. The more girls can rest. Third of all, those girls will be able to bring that experience that they have outside to the team. So if this is able to occur, I'm hopeful that we're able to do better results, and I'm hopeful that we're able to do just good in general. So this is what I'm expecting.
آية ميرسي كتير اليوم على إنك جيتي معنا على الانترفيو. الانسايتس اللي أعطيتي لنا إياهم about the national team, your camp بأرمينيا، حتى ال women's football level in Lebanon were very neat. So thank you a lot. Hopefully we can do that another time too. ميرسي كتير.
Thank you so much, guys. I want to say thank you, Lano. You're continuously supportive. So Anjad, we appreciate it. And Kamen, I want to say thank you to the staff that we had because they were also extremely supportive. So a massive thank you to them.